What's happening, everybody? Listen, Jim Hoffman here from EMSSCO.com. And no, I've not been on here all week. I've been super busy with some stuff on the websites. And also, I got a new puppy. And that thing is taking up a lot of time that I need to be doing to try to train this poor little guy. You might even hear him barking in the background during today's session. So if you hear that, don't think that I have a kennel going on, but I do have a little bit of a 9-week-old little French bulldog that I am in the process of training. But I want to get on today because I want to go ahead and talk about 3 things that might help you when it comes to memorization of content. All right, so these are 3 EMS study methods to help you improve your memory. And this includes even if you have a lot of stuff that you have to recall. So these 3 methods, I would suggest you can add them or you can change up what you do now during your study session. So give these a try, and I think they're going to really boost your memory success. So although you shouldn't really pull things like all-nighters, right? Studying all night, studying the right before a big exam, okay? I don't suggest doing that type of stuff. However, if you study right before bed, it can be a good idea. A lot of times, sleep can help sort of cement that information in your brain. And actually, studies show that you're actually more likely to remember information 24 hours later if you went to bed shortly after learning it. Don't study and then watch TV or play, Call of Duty or something like that, and then go to bed. Study and go to bed. My suggestion is right before bed, instead of reading a whole chapter of something or something like that, read through like a study sheet, quiz yourself a little bit, review flashcards, maybe recite lists of information, right? I love lists, great way to remember stuff. Do things like that to help just before you go to bed, to help really lock that stuff into your memory. Guys, don't forget, do me a favor. If you're watching this, whether you're watching a recording, you're watching it live with me, hit that like button below. Let me know you're watching it. You're getting just a little bit of value out of this because it helps me go ahead and get more content out to you. And don't forget to go to EMS2022.com and get yourself a free responder membership there. So on to the next tip. Number 2 for today is studying the same information in the same place all the time. Not such a great idea. My suggestion, study the information in different places. This will help you, again, that information will be better apt to stick in your mind if you go ahead and study in multiple locations, all right? Think about it. You're changing up the scenery. You're changing up the whole method of what you're doing, all right? So just consider things like, of course, study maybe your desk at home, at school, maybe Panera, some type of a coffee shop, the library, remember those? Even like go in your backyard or a park, something like that. Go to those type of places and maybe go ahead and study in a different location that way as well. So it's best to switch that up, right? Don't just use 2, use 2 or 3 and see if that helps you out, all right? Instead of always doing it in the same place, all right? So the third thing today, just to kind of wrap it up, is to keep your brain trained on information that is going to matter. And what I mean by that is if you are studying a big topic, right? When you are doing the same thing, studying the same topic for a long period of time, it's not really that beneficial. And when I talk about this in my EMS success formula a lot in some of the videos there, where I talk about breaking up your study sessions so that you can take a 20-minute session and you can make it almost as valuable as an hour, 2-hour session. All right. So one thing you can do, especially if you have a big topic, is to think of that big topic, but think about other things you have to study as well. And then you can kind of jump from one subject to another a few times during those very long sessions. Now, I don't suggest doing that in a 30-minute or an hour session, but if you got a lot of stuff to go ahead and study, guys, go ahead and kind of jump from one subject or even a subtopic of the big topic a few times during that longer session. All right. And same type of thing. If you are studying, in the same type of way, right? The same material. Another suggestion is to study it in different ways. All right. And I've talked about this in other videos too, finding ways to study that work for you. And one way to do that is to do things like videos, audio, um, reading it, writing it, all these different ways that you can go ahead and study the same material. And believe it or not, when you use those varied study methods for the same topic, it's going to help you perform better on your exams. So, guys, this is just 3 quick tips I want to give to you today. I hope you can just use one of them. All right. So many of the people that come to me for help on exams and looking for assistance, they're always asking me what they can do to be better and to succeed on exams. I give them a lot of these tips. So sometimes I know these tips may sound a little basic and may sound a little simple. Maybe you've tried them a little bit in the past, but didn't throw yourself 100% into that study method. Give it a try. All right. Because the guys and the girls and guys that I talk to that are sort of resistant when I give them this information, when they go ahead and try 1, 2, 3, of these methods, they come back to me and say, Jim, you know what? You were right. I really focused and implemented the, let's say the one in the very beginning about varying your study locations, right? I've tried that, Jim. Believe it or not, I tried it. I was going from my house. I went to the park. I did it at the coffee shop, right? I did that and it helped me succeed better on the exam. Or not even that. I was able to go back in my textbook and start reading stuff. And I was able to recall what I was reading during that study session off the top of my head because I changed up my environment a little bit as I was studying. So just one thing of those 3 I just mentioned, give them a try, guys. I think it's really going to boost the way you can recall things and help your memory. Of course, memorization isn't everything. You need to be able to apply these things, right? Don't try to memorize everything. Try to understand what it is that you're studying. But when it comes to memory, there are things in EMS. Yeah, we have to memorize them. There are things that we have to remember, we have to recall at a moment's notice. And these 3 tips can help boost you up and increase your memory a little bit. All right, I'm going to end it there, guys. Have an amazing weekend. Don't forget, go to EMS2022.com. It's 2022.com, EMS2022.com, and sign up for a free responder membership there. It's 100% free. You can get more study and review content there as well. And hit that like button. Let me know that you get some value out of this stuff. All right, that's it for me, guys. As always, again, have a great weekend. And as always, stay safe.